weekly contest review, and I probably didn't even change the title for this, so I'm sorry. I missed a question from Ian, and I wanted to go in and address it because it's a very interesting question, and I don't think it's often talked enough about, and therefore I thought, what the heck, let's just go on and instead of trying to type an answer to Ian, maybe I should just do a Facebook Live and get it on record, right? Get it out there so people think about it. And part of the reason I also wanted to do it is to kind of like notify some of you. And I'm sorry, I got like cat hair or something on my glasses, and it itches. But maybe some of you haven't heard about my new movers mastermind. And this would be the kind of perfect thing that we would be talking about inside the mastermind because this isn't just a simple answer. This is a kind of a long form question and a long form answer. And if I just throw something out at Ian and say, well, there's your answer, then you kind of struggle with it. You kind of get stuck. And I certainly have been there. And the times where I've had somebody actually helping me out, somebody supporting me, somebody working with me, then I've been able to do things better. And so I'm going to kind of give you the quick spam because I do want people to know that this new movers membership is available. And for whatever, there it is. The link to go join that is over at giveawayrocket.com/join. And the intent of it is to be able to help people out on a long-term kind of basis. Those people that are wanting to build their business and build their marketing, that's what I want to do. I want to help people in a long-range format. So that's kind of where I'm going with Ian. I'm hoping that Ian will join. We talked about it briefly yesterday, and he was on this morning's call, as I said. And what I want to do is to bring up his question that he asked me that I forgot to answer, that I missed. See if I made it a little bigger. Too big. For my type of service and target market, i.e., business to business, do you have some examples to show that contests work? My target market is HR and training managers, the budget and decision makers for companies. Now, so here's kind of my answer. Business to business is much harder, and I'm actually probably confessing because I think some of the marketing types for these tools would say don't say the word much in front of that. But let's be realistic, it is harder to do business to business kinds of marketing campaigns than it is business to consumer, right? It's really easy to offer a $50 Amazon gift card to a consumer and you wag it in front of them and they go, I'm really interested in that. And they jump on it, right? But when you're talking to business and your target market is relatively narrow, like what Ian's talking about, then you got a much more difficult task. Here's the reason, right? With the tools like UpViral and Viper and all the other tools that are in the market, the sexiness of it is that you can create a Facebook sharing image, Twitter sharing image, Pinterest, whatever, Instagram, whatever. And you know, like in the win an Amazon gift card, you put up a picture of an Amazon gift card and off you go. And people go, oh, win that? Yeah, I'm interested. It's really easy for them to conceive. But if you're doing business to business, especially with a somewhat narrow market, what you've got to sort of be doing is to not do the social sharing kind of. What you potentially are doing, as a matter of fact, is more of a referral program. So let's say that Ian's going after a target market of human resources, right? Human resources people know other human resources people, whether it's in their own company or others, right? And therefore, what we're looking for is a lot more of the one-on-one conversation than the spamming with the Facebook image and just splash it all over everywhere. So that's why I say it's a little bit more difficult, Ian, is because you are really going to be encouraging people. And that's where I think the referral program comes in. So, tool like UpViral, you put in rewards. And in those rewards, you say, hey, Betty Lou, if you happen to bring in 3 people into our campaign, then we will give you XYZ, right? Specifically targeted XYZ thing for human resource people. Maybe it's a checklist, maybe it's a 1-hour training on how to be better in HR, how to be a better training manager, whatever kind of targeted thing that would be interesting to not only Betty Lou, but interesting enough for Betty Lou to share it. And therefore, that's where the appeal is, right? What is that magic thing that gets people to share? Again, most of these people aren't going to just be spraying this all over social media, because they will think in their heads, this is an interesting prize, but the vast majority of the people on my Facebook timeline are not interested in that. Maybe they're friends and family and, relatives or people that live in the same town, and those people may or may not be HR people or training managers. And therefore, what they're going to be looking for or feeling, like Betty Lou's going, that feels like spam to me. So they won't necessarily share it socially, and that's the downfall of tools like this. But it's also tools like UpViral that bring you the ability to easily create a referral program where you ask people to share it with other HR folks, other HR training managers, whatever. You say, look, we got this great offer, right? We got this great thing. I don't have a whole lot of examples, which is what Ian was asking. How do you show that contests work? It's more difficult. What I was just doing, I went through the UpViral case studies. I didn't find any business to business. I found lots of business to consumer. So I actually Googled it, and Viper has a very good example, and I will put the link to that in the post. Over on Facebook, I don't know if anybody's over here on YouTube, but it's a good example, but they're hard to find, and I get that. Wilco likes to talk about the Dropbox, for example, and it's not really a it's more business to consumer, right? Most of the really good, sexy-ish examples are not like this. Hi, Devin. Thank you for popping in. I had a very narrow person, or that came out wrong. I had a person come to me some time ago, and I talk about her because I think you have to sort of think outside the box. She is a person who teaches sword swallowing or flame swallowing, or that kind of entertainment that she teaches people to do. Not a whole lot of people would necessarily do the social sharing. Not a lot of people would be even interested in that in the first place. It also, at least at the time, had to be in person because she was doing it in a specific spot. And I suggested to her that maybe what she should do would be to offer it as a team building exercise, right? So there's all kinds of business people that are looking to put their team in a location for an hour, 2 hours, for them to get to know each other better and to do something really avant-garde, really different. One time I was at Salt Lake City. I was taken to do curling on the ice at the Olympic Dome that was there. So it was very unique and very different. So what you kind of have to do, I'm trying to relate to this, that you got to think outside the box in terms of this, because what you're going after is a specific group of people that is different, and what you're asking them to do is to refer other of those people that they know, because they all know each other, right? Um, when I was a programmer, I knew lots of computer programmers. It's the way we work. So, long form answer here, but there isn't a fantastic answer. But in terms of talking about what I was talking about before, in that what we're doing inside of the Movers program, and let me put up the link again if I may, is to be able to take somebody like Ian who is working on a problem like this and to help them walk through that. And we would do it over multiple months, right? This is not a one-time try it and see if it works kind of thing. As much as we would like to be able to just throw something together and have it be magic, like the marketing people tell us for these tools, you and I both know that that's not the way it's going to work. And so attacking a problem like this over a long term, where you're going to try it multiple times and have a group of people that are helping you figure that out, that have experience or are just learning themselves, but they have experience in different areas. That's why mastermind like this is so awesome. You have the ability to work with others and to figure out what's going on. I'll give you an example. I spoke to a gentleman this morning that I've been working with off and on. And if he happens to pop in or see this, I'm not trying to be mean about it. And I understand the frustration, but he ran a contest and put some money in Facebook ads and worked his tail off on it. Sent out an email the other day to his new 2,000 people, and nobody bought. So I think he specifically said, well, so much for doing contests or something similar. I'm like, well, wait a minute, slow down, time out. You've only tried this once, and you've only given it 24, 48 hours after the campaign's over, and you've already slammed them with an email that says buy, buy, buy. That's not the way it works. You got to slow down. You got to take your time and do it right. And he said, well, what did I do wrong? I don't know. I'm not intimately aware of your offer. Was not involved in setting up the marketing and the emails that you sent out. And so I can't just say, bam, it failed because of this thing. What I advised him to do was to go start talking to the people that are on his list now. He's got 2,000 people on his list, right? Go start talking to them. Find out, ask them, say, well, is anybody willing to answer a few questions? And they said, well, I probably have to dangle something in front of them. Maybe you don't. Maybe you just put out an email and say, well, all right, that didn't work the way I thought. Is anybody willing to talk to me and help me figure out what I did wrong? I'm learning. Sometimes people are willing to help. Lenny says, you only did it once. That's right. I go back to my current new analogy is T-ball, right? It's very simple to understand. You put a ball on the top of a stick and you tell the kid to walk up and hit it. How many times, if you've ever watched kids do T-ball, I ought to get a little GIF or something with kids. They hit the stick, they hit the ground, they hit the swing past the top. If you only give them one swing, that's it for their baseball experience and you're done? Heck no. Why on God's green earth would you do this one time, spend money on it, spend time learning, create the offer, and then say at the end that, oh, that didn't work? If you just slammed one email at people, or two or three or whatever, at an offer and nobody bought, you didn't nurture them. You didn't do anything to get them uh, happy and warm and fuzzy to you. I mean, you just got them on your list, and the very first thing you're trying to do is sell. I understand, by the way, that everybody looks at the Up Viral campaign that David does for the Bunkie, and David, you know, on his third year, brought in 103,000 leads. He didn't start out with 103,000 leads. And I love what Lenny just posted. He wants a gold medal with his first swing, or a home run would maybe be a better analogy for baseball. And look, Lenny, it brought in your picture. Today it brings in your picture. It didn't do that earlier today. Oh, because I'm running the beta. That's why I'm running the beta of Ecamm. So, all of that point being, you know, when you do this stuff, it is so much better if you have somebody, a team of people to help you that are working on this stuff. And that's why I have created the brand new Movers Mastermind program. And I appreciate you, Lenny, for popping in, because you're always so supportive. But that's the key. If you're trying to do business to business, think of it as a referral program, not as a great contest where people are going to win a bunch of stuff. Now, the example, by the way, that I'm going to post with Viper's link, let me just do that right now, and we'll see if it actually posts to wherever. I don't think that always you guys see these links, but I'll try it. Lenny says top fan perk. That's one way of going at it, yes. But in this particular campaign that the Viper folks are talking about, what they did was they did a SaaS giveaway, software giveaway, in order to go after businesses, people that are running businesses. So they were specifically targeting business to business kinds of software. Maybe that doesn't appeal to Ian and what he's doing. But again, it's a work in progress. I'll tell you that if you come into the Movers program, Mitch doesn't know everything. Mitch is still learning. I've done over 100 campaigns with students and clients, and for my own clients. But that doesn't mean I've done everything and been everywhere and know everything and how to tell you the perfect answer and how to hit a home run on the first swing. It just doesn't happen. Even the experts try multiple things. Does Coca-Cola have the right marketing pitch every time? Do you remember what was it? New Coke? There's plenty of fails out there. Many of you don't know New Coke. I remember when they announced New Coke. That wasn't what it was called, was it? It was called something else. I know Pepsi had Pepsi One that they announced, and that didn't do so well. But the New Coke, I actually went out and bought a couple of cases of the old Coke because I wasn't sure I was going to like the New Coke, and I didn't, and they ended up going back to the old formulation, as a matter of fact. But anyway, I digress. All right, I've answered Ian's question. That was my point of coming on, was to talk about the question that I missed this morning. So Ian, if you have any questions, any additional questions, happy to talk about this even more. Would love to have you in the Movers program if you feel it fits. Lenny says, do a lifetime offer for whatever you offer. That's a good offer for business to business and on theme. It's very true. It's a very good point, Lenny. Lenny is in the Movers program, by the way. So when we have conversations like this, and I don't necessarily come up with the brilliant thing, Lenny's right there to back me up. So there are all different kinds of things that you can think of to do. And testing will show you how to do it properly. And we will do that over a period of time in the Movers program. So there you go. I'm going to sign off for now. Appreciate you showing up. Anybody that has any questions, I'll give you the 30-second warning. If you have any questions, do it quickly. I like to answer questions. If you have a question, quickly type in the feed Q and hit return before I sign out. Whoops, I didn't want to do it again. I was going to stop it.
Oh my gosh, Mitch, do you hear yourself?
I do hear myself. Thank you very much. God, why can I never come up with her name? She was on Friends. Jennifer Aniston, that's who said that. She was not talking about me, Mitch, but she was talking about another Mitch on Apple TV show.
Oh my gosh, Mitch, do you hear yourself?
Mitch, this is not okay. You need to leave.
Lenny says, join the free group. Yes, we do want more bodies over on the free group.
Hey, Mitch, good to hear from you.
Preoccupied by Mitch.
Mitch wants to move you off his team.
Mitch, we are lucky to have you.
I know, Jennifer. You are so lucky to have me. And I love you too, Jennifer. I wish you the best in your new career. I don't know. I'm stalling. Lenny is talking about the God, I don't actually still have a do I still not have a button for that? Shame on me. You go to giveawayrocket.com/GG invite. You can join our Discord server. I am really shocked that I don't have that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Lenny, thanks for your pumping. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you again very soon. That's it. Over and out.